meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. 3, 1, go! Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
LoveLine, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine, coast to coast.
Imagine that.
Wow.
Yeah, BFD. Dr. Drew, everyone, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Ryan Reynolds is our guest tonight.
Hi.
Ryan, I think I first met when I did Two Guys, a Girl, in the Pizza Place. You remember?
Yes, years ago. Yeah.
Ryan is the handsome blonde from that series for all those years. And just to show you that good things happen to good people every once in a while, he's now starring in Perfect Timing, Damien. The show has only been on for 40 seconds. Beautiful, buddy. Van Wilder, which is the new...
Have you seen the trailers for that? It looks very funny.
It's actually, one of the best things I've ever been involved in. So I'm pretty excited about it, too. So
Drew, stop kissing ass, but
seriously...
Somebody, Daniel from The Man Show, executive producer, very
mind.
discerning, very discriminating, piped up in the office today and said that he read a good review on it.
Yeah, it's actually it's weird for a National Lampoon movie, which is what it is, to be getting great reviews like this. Which is sort of nice little boost for us, I think.
Yeah, I wonder how even something like Animal House was reviewed back in 78 or 9.
79, yeah.
It wasn't even. I don't think it was even reviewed. It just
it wasn't worthy of review.
Yeah,
I wonder.
Yeah.
Well, is this how much? Is this in that vein?
Put the roof over the Christian coalition, perhaps. But this is in that vein. Yeah, this is in that vein, and sort of it's kind of like a, Ferris Bueller for the 21st century. If I'm going to give it a crappy log line, that would be how I describe it. But
Bueller?
It's a hilarious film, which is great.
He's been on a radio and television junket. You can tell he's got all those.
Yeah, I got the pizzazz going.
Yeah.
I don't have the VIP cup you're using there for your coffee there, though,
Nice.
Drew.
Nice.
I like that.
True.
I like that. I have been on a junket which makes you long for the sweet release of death like no other.
Yeah, you do those. You've been doing the radio junkets. I mean, not the ones where you come into the studio, but the ones where you talk to 35 morning radio shows.
You've done that, and I've done the you get the 5 minutes a shot person that comes in, and there's the poster behind you, and they're they do the there's the guy signaling behind. It's like being a stand up or something. You get the red light going. It's terrible.
You don't know whether you said the same thing to the same person 3 times.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. I'm just doing the whole thing in a serious interpretive dance at this point. I'm out.
Anyway, it looks funny. Really
it's
does.
hilarious.
It
Yeah,
looks
the movie's actually great. It's the weirdest thing is being involved in something that I'm actually, really proud to sort of promote, which is kind of a new thing for me. So I'm definitely digging that, and it's a poon movie, the Lampoon. We're back. We're plenty of protection when you go.
I'm thinking this is going to be a bit of a breakout role.
You said that last night, yeah.
Yeah, because Ryan he's good looking, he's young, he's slender, he's a great comedic actor, and there's no reason why he should not be a sought after comedic leading man in this city.
Very kind of you. Very kind. I definitely this is coming from a guy who kicked my ass in MTV Rock and Jock Football the other day. I gotta say, I was 2 months ago and a month ago. I don't know.
I watched that and realized I looked like a retard.
Oh, me too. I watched about 2 minutes of it on the TiVo and killed it.
One of my staff members at the office mentioned that the highlight for her was when you said that, of course, everyone watching Spring Break wants to see 35-year-old men with their shirt off.
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
When did I say that?
I don't know, but the people thought that was pretty good.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
But that had nothing to do with Rock and Jock. It's very sad when you're the sport. I mean, actually, the only thing I ever had going for me was that I was recruited to play football at the college level.
Wow.
And then I go watch myself on this MTV Rock and Jock thing, and I look almost spastic, and I realize now I have nothing.
I don't know. You scorched me several times. I was covering you. So
You made a great defensive play. Great defensive play on me, by the way.
You didn't look like Lynn Swan.
No.
I
look like Lynn Redgrave.
Wow, well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Done. Yeah.
Thank you. That's right. I have a sense of humor. I can fall back on that. Screw the sports.
Safety net.
Amanda?
I have a feeling, by the way,
Yep.
Yeah.
last night we ended up talking so much about gay sex. Remember this? And so a lot of the
Yes.
country's hearing last night's show tonight, so we're bound to talk about that again, I suspect. So prepare yourself, right? In
Okay.
fact, I think Adam had one line that sort of summarized the whole night, his frustration and his anger and what he really wanted to learn about.
Why is it?
You know,
Why
to
is it?
qualify
Why is it
that?
always just snake eyes? We can't ask a homo goddamn question about his asshole and get a decent answer.
Hey,
that was
you're a prick.
That was way out of
Well,
context.
hey, Adam.
Ryan.
Hell, yeah. Table for one. Right there.
So tonight we'll
Table for
tackle
one.
these
Rose,
highbrow
the
issues.
dungeon.
Hey, you're a prick.
Wow, nice.
Amanda, 16.
Hi. I was just wondering if, like, short guys usually have smaller dicks.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, because,
No.
like, all the short guys that I've been with pretty much have smaller dicks. And
Yeah,
I'm
but that
like,
may be because the short guys you with are short because they're 12.
no.
You know what I'm saying? You're
that.
16, and they may not have finished developing yet.
Well, how short? How many short guys have you been with?
Just, like, it's not like I sleep with them. Just, like, if I suck their dicks, they're real small.
Oh, I see.
I see. Mental
Hey,
notes.
man, where'd you go to finishing school?
Yeah, I know.
again?
Wow, I want the number of your cotillion class.
Princess Amanda.
Wow.
Yeah, when's the
Wow.
Deb Ball?
Yeah.
Is that coming up? Drew, how's it work? Do you have to register and you get a book of debutantes?
Years and years of cotillion to get this kind of expression.
Exactly.
Is you're walking through the line of swords?
Yeah.
Her
Just
father
leave
crying.
some etiquette book cliff notes or something. We can sort that out.
Amanda?
Yeah.
All right, now, baby. Now, how many guys would you say this
Just,
would be?
like, I don't know, like,
Oh, hold on. See if you can answer this question without saying the word dick. How many guys?
3.
Ooh.
Any of them named Richard?
How old were these guys?
One was 16, and I think the other one was 17, one was 15.
Amanda, maybe you've just set the bar a little too high. I mean, maybe you think the male phallus is larger than it actually is. Maybe these guys were average size and you have greater expectations. Did you think about that?
And maybe,
Well, I don't know. I've sucked 4 guys' dicks before, but, like,
she couldn't do it. She
You
And
just
one was
couldn't get
pretty
through it,
big.
could you?
One was big.
I just wanted to get some dick.
Right, but that would be 1 out of the 4. So,
25%.
wow.
Be that as it may, one of the things that you've selected for is short guys, right?
Yeah.
And there's something called the pubertal growth spurt that some males get later, like 16, 17, 18. And actually, those are the guys that end up taller than everybody else, oftentimes.
Okay.
And they also haven't finished developing yet. Here's a taller guy. How tall were you at 16?
I was actually really short at
Yeah.
16.
See?
Yeah, I hit puberty like last week.
Right. The delayed pubertal growth spurt is when the penis grows and when the whole body grows up. And so you may be hitting guys early in development.
Okay.
right.
All
And
right?
how
Right,
short are we
you-
talking here? I mean, are we talking, what is his leg you were actually feeling?
I
or was
can't handle Amanda anymore. It's just,
Okay.
I've had enough.
All right, easy, Amanda. Don't get
Yeah.
pregnant now.
Okay.
And watch out for that growth spurt.
Okay.
Give you a pink eye.
Or any other spurt.
Got it.
Yeah.
Through there.
I know you
Did the joke.
I
already,
understand.
but thanks, man.
It's a tea.
All right, Amanda.
Send it out.
Okay, thanks.
Take care there, baby.
Bye.
All right. And well, what about it, Drew? If taller guys have longer penises, and is that true? And wouldn't that make sense? And why not? I mean, taller guys have longer fingers. Do you know what I'm saying? What is different about the penis as far as any other appendage in the body? Or what would be the same? Did taller guys have longer noses?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
What
saying?
about the fallacy of the big feet thing?
Yeah.
Correlation there. Let's settle this once and for all.
You don't know.
I can't. No, I don't know.
Would it be safe to say that the penis is in proportion of the body? I mean, obviously a dwarf has a smaller penis than a 7-foot guy. Would that be safe to say? Oh, you
really.
better say
That-
I'm right
come
on
on,
this one.
An achondroplastic dwarf would have a normal-sized penis.
I'd like to. I don't know. I've seen a lot of dwarf porn.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
You've
The only
seen
thing-
a lot of
all-
dwarf porn.
Dwarfs have normal torsos. Everything here is normal. Their bones they don't grow and they limp.
Just limbs.
okay. Well, how about a
midget. A midget would have smaller everything.
Midget would so that's what I'm saying. A midget would have a smaller penis, and an NBA forward would have a larger penis.
Remember we heard about Shaq?
Yeah,
What'd you hear about Shaq? That's a size, 21 there? I don't know.
we heard he wasn't as big as maybe you'd picture him being.
Okay, but his shoes are the size 21. Now, I'm looking down at my baby Keds, and I don't want to send out the wrong impression there, so let's just destroy this myth once
Well,
and
look,
for all.
here's what I think what we're saying about Shaq. If Shaq has a 10-inch dork, he's considered small. That's my point. And
In
Drew,
direct
how
proportion to
long
what?
do you have to ponder this question?
Because I remember
That a
the woman
midget penis would not be smaller than Shaq's penis?
No, midgets would be.
Or a dwarf?
What you're asking, though,
Dwarfs may
is
not.
Oh, shut up.
wouldn't it be directly relative to the body, right?
Yes, it would be
Yeah,
relative.
to the
Drew,
body.
I'm always right. You and this medical training, complete waste of time. Please, everyone listening knows I'm right. Everyone listen to me. 7-foot guy, come on.
You would think, but I don't know that that's the case.
All right.
It's definitely not the case for dwarfs, though.
Okay, I got to see some dwarf dork now.
All right.
See, you're
Well,
going to
if
be
you-
so wrong when we're staring down the business end of one of those dwarf dorks.
Your kind of video store is just opening right now, so after the show, you
Dwarf
can
dorks
roll
and
on it,
such. Mike?
Hello?
Yeah, my video store's open from 10:15 till 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Wow.
Mike?
Yeah.
You're 20. What's up?
Question. I was just wondering, in your opinion, why do you think society gives females, at least it seems to me, so much more freedom in exploring their sexuality than we give to males?
You mean in terms of exploring it with each other?
Correct.
Same
Well,
sex.
you know, it's funny with the way he phrased that. It made me think that it probably works out to be about the same because men get a ton of freedom exploring heterosexual relations without a lot of consequences, right? And women don't get that kind of freedom as far as exploring heterosexual relationships, but they get a little more slack with the homosexual relationship.
Right.
And at the end of the day, maybe it works out to be about the same freedom.
Just a little bit from different categories.
Yeah, they take from part A and part B, and we stick with part A, but at the end, maybe it's the same percentage.
And the other thing is that
You know what I'm
it's
saying,
some-
Mike?
Yeah.
Something we talked about last night
Not
also.
impressed, though, huh?
No, of course not. And something else we talked about last night, though, is that men don't tend to explore. You understand what I'm saying? That men, when they're going down that path, they're going because that's their path. And if they don't choose to continue down it because they don't want to deal with it, they can't.
Okay, so there you go right there. You're saying men tend to explore if they're going down that path, definitely?
They don't return, is what you're saying.
They
It's
tend to,
a-
you know what I mean? It's more of a commitment when they start going down that
It's
path.
more of one of those trap doors to hell,
But women
rather
go down
than
that
rather
path.
than a
Women-
slow rope
women-
It's
ladder.
a snowball effect.
Forget the societal influences. Women just have more fluidity with their sexuality. Men tend to be either one way or the other. And if
Right.
they're one way, they have real difficulty imagining being another.
Is that alpha issue? Or?
Yeah, men have more fetishes than women too,
That's
which is
true.
if a guy is a pedophile, he likes kids, there's not a lot of flexibility there. If he likes big jugs like real men, there's not a lot of flexibility there. And if he wants to dress in women's clothing, there's not a lot of flexibility there.
While women can easily go from, that guy, I really didn't think he was so cute until he became my friend. And then I got very attracted to him. He's the nice, men, no, don't do that.
Or you can have quiet nights godlessly masturbating to dwarf porn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Drew, please, with Shaq and the dwarf and the same penis. How dare you. Jack,
Yeah,
you're 35.
yes I am.
What's up?
Two things really. One's a movie thing for you, but for Dr. Drew, I got this weird thing that the doctor told me I had called alopecia areata.
Yeah, that's not so weird. It's very, very common.
Oh,
So where he picks at his hair?
No, that's Pickerson. It's just a patch of hair drops out all of a sudden.
Stress, right?
It's stress usually,
Yeah.
or sometimes medical illnesses.
What's it called when you pick your hair, though? Don't you call it something?
Well, trichotillomania.
Oh,
Pull your hair.
That's what I wanted.
Pull your hair.
Go ahead there, Jack.
well, the doctor said that, basically he looks at me and tells me, well, yeah, you got it, but there really is no cure, and there, according to websites I checked out, they said there's actually no cause to it. The body simply decides to quit.
It
growing.
attacks. No, it doesn't quit growing. It attacks. The immune system attacks the follicle, and a whole patch drops out. And some dermatologists will do steroid injections into the skin, into the dermis.
Right.
But it tends to come back by itself anyway.
How long does it take for something like that to grow back?
6 months.
3
a year.
days. What's up, Jack? Are you have you been fretting about something?
Just work is just a real bitch. I just work like a madman half the time. I practically live for work.
What do you
There you
do?
go.
I work at a newspaper, actually. Put together pages on computer.
Oh, that deadline at the end of each and every day looming over you would just be brutal.
Oh,
I couldn't imagine doing that kind of work. I mean, we have this in our business too, but it's not every single day. There's, Ryan needs his movie completed by a certain date,
exactly.
and there's a lot of work that it takes to get to that date. And we do the man show, and they have to be taped and completed, and so on and so forth. But it's
we
not
can see
every
the light
single
at the end of the tunnel.
day.
We can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
That's
For
right.
you're
And there's
dealing
no
with that on a daily
hiatus.
basis,
They
yeah.
never wrap. Yeah, that's horrible.
Well,
So as far as this, just basically just go to the dermatologist and let them check me out. And I've heard of the cortisone injections.
It doesn't work all that well, but if you're insisted on doing something, go ahead. Really, what you obviously need to do is to moderate your life a little bit.
It doesn't seem to look. I've seen people with this actually. It doesn't seem to look
usually,
overly horrible. Or
no,
anything.
because it's such it's a patch in a weird place. People can comb their hair over it really easily.
Exactly.
Jack, don't you guys wear those paper hats too? By the way, you guys on the line.
Just our
We
visor.
are luckily,
No, they
way
actually
better.
wear the hat that's made out of the newspaper.
Really?
Well, didn't they? Wasn't that old school, Jack?
Leather visors, I thought.
Actually, both of those. Every great once in a while, somebody will whip out one of those hats, but it's kind of like a
The guys on the line would wear the paper hat, and then the other guys wear those green
With the
accountant
exactly.
visor
Yeah,
hat.
and they'd have the little band on their arm or whatever.
something out of Newsies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're
Newsies, wow.
picturing.
There you go.
All right,
Adam,
so
I had a movie
yeah.
question for you.
Yes.
You're always talking about bringing back these things from the 70s. What about two guys or two people that are fighting over a gun, and they zoom up the camera lens right to their faces, and you hear that gun pow?
You don't know who got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't see enough of that.
Yeah.
What
No,
the
that's
hell
true.
are you guys talking about?
We're trying to resurrect conventions
cliches,
from
conventions.
the 70s.
Okay.
Like, people that have a wife who's a witch or a genie or something. You can't let them use their powers. But I thought of somebody mentioned something to me, somebody my age, the other day. I thought you'd appreciate this. She was talking about her kid or something. And she goes, and I must have ESP. I thought, oh, now there's 3 letters that no one in this room knows what that stands for.
Yes.
Well,
oh, I do.
We know. I do.
This
dare
was a
you.
70s thing.
I know, but
sorry, I thought you were still
I was
talking
around
about
then.
for real.
I know. I'm saying ESP. I don't hear about that anymore. Now
No,
it's,
I know, it's gone.
Now it's all kinds of other things, but not ESP.
Marms. I like the second Darren on Bewitched, by the way.
Yeah,
Now that
much
we're talking
better.
about that, Yeah.
Much better. His hair was drier.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Karen, who's 32. Karen?
Hi.
Hey.
A couple of weeks ago, Jimmy Kimmel was on the program substituting for Adam. No good substitute, but still pretty good.
He sounded good to me. I heard him
Hey, I
when
like
I
the
was
Jimmy
in New
Kimmel.
York. Yeah.
Funny guy.
We still prefer Adam more.
Thanks, baby.
But y'all were talking about egg donation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the general question that was going around was between y'all was what it was like to go through one. I've been through 2 of them, and want to just kind of share just the very basics of what it's like to go through an egg donation.
All right.
First, you go to the clinic, of course. You sign up, let them know you want to do it. Then
All right,
you,
hold on a second.
Do you sign your name or
Go
you put your social
to-
security number?
Yes. Now,
Do you have to
No,
give your phone number?
you go in, you fill out an application.
Oh, okay. Adam, write that down.
go
Application.
to clinic.
fill
Oh,
it out.
shut up, Drew. Come on. There's only room for one prick on this show. Get to the part where they harvest the egg, please.
Well, once you get chosen by a couple regarding your profile,
Mm-hmm.
and the clinic calls you, lets you know, you go in and you get. They told me it was almost $4,000 worth of hormone drugs.
Mm-hmm.
That over the next 3 weeks, something like 3 times a day, you give yourself injections.
Right. Well, listen, Karen, this is how they harvest eggs in anybody. It's not as though just because you were donating. This is a standard procedure.
Right. Okay.
All right. So you stimulate the ovaries, you take the GnRH, and you harvest. Right. Okay. What kind of harvesting did you have? Did you go through the vaginal wall, or did you have a laparoscopy?
They went vaginally up
Okay.
inside.
Was that painful or unpleasant?
Actually, they put you out for it, and it only takes about 30 minutes. But once I woke up, I was kind of nauseous, and then also for the next few days, I was very uncomfortable in my, the area of my uterus, my ovaries.
Okay. Why did you donate these eggs, or did you sell
That's what I
them,
was
or
just
how
gonna
does that
ask.
work?
Partially for the money, partially for, I'm very fertile. I already had 2 children since this.
Mm-hmm.
And, it makes you feel good to be able to do something like that for
Right.
someone who
For
can't
the-
have children.
Right. So you donated them for the money.
Partially for the money.
Right.
I think if the money
Okay.
was not a factor, they wouldn't even offer it. But I think they know that money makes a difference.
Right. All right. How much can you get? And does that depend on your pedigree?
I think it depends on the city you're in. I have talked to other people about it, and I've heard like out in California where y'all are, they get a lot more. Here in Denver,
Right.
first donation is, you can only donate up to 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's for anyone at any time at any clinic. It's something about the increase.
How much did you get for it?
The first donation you get $3,000. The second and third donations you get $3,500 for each.
Whoa, that's a lot of cash though for that.
No,
Think
but
about
you do
dropping an
pay-
egg.
I
A woman
know.
pays. You do pay taxes on it though, but it's a different
I see.
tax bracket than you pay on your regular income because it's not considered a guaranteed income.
I see.
Interesting.
You pay
Imagine
different-
Oh, it's not guaranteed, meaning
you can't sit there and know that someone will definitely pick you.
somebody has to pick you. So
Right.
I see.
Oh,
And-
in order for you to get the.
Now, hold on a second. She got 3,500. She thinks Denver's got a bear market for the
a bit of a
or bull market for the eggs, whereas L.A. But
low grade over
I'm
there,
guessing
maybe,
it was
perhaps.
the GED and the missing front tooth that knocked her price down just a little bit.
Perhaps.
Hey, Karen.
Yes.
Now, what qualifies you? Are you over 5'5"?
Actually, I'm 5'8.5". I weigh, well, at the time, I'm pregnant right now, actually.
Good
But at
times.
the time, I weighed 132 pounds. I'm very slender built.
What are they looking for? Are they looking for education?
Is there a picture thing, or is it?
Yeah, do
I'm
they have a
not really
picture
sure.
of you? They must have a picture of you.
Yes, they do have a picture. They have a physical profile, your genetic profile. They ask you a bunch of questions.
See, if I was getting eggs from
Well-
someone, I'd put them through like an astronaut training sort of regimen. Put them on the centrifuge thing and spin
like
them
that.
around.
The clinic I went to
Have them. I'd put them in a Put them in a like a oxygen deprivation and have them solve puzzles
See what they
quickly.
can, yeah, see.
Their brain work. Do
how
that
it
thing.
works.
That thing out of like Officer and a Gentleman where we slam the F-14 cockpit down into the tub and they have to get out. They have to get out of their 4-point harness and swim to the surface.
See how they
fall into
respond to
bubbles.
verbal abuse
That's right.
from Adam Carolla.
Your last easy day was yesterday, you little egg donor. Now drop and give me 20.
And I'll
You
give you
love-
5,000. Yeah,
You
it's
love
just
the
fun,
clinic, don't you, son? You refer to me in a clear and present tone. Not the money you use to con drug money out of your liberal parents, son. Yeah.
And scene.
Where do you come from? Omaha. They only got two things in Omaha: steers and queers. Wait a minute. What rhymes with lesbian? What animal rhymes with lesbian? Thespian? No.
Hey.
All right. I want you to address me in a clear and present tone, not the voice you use to con drug money off of your liberal parents. Thank you.
The clinic I went to gave us something called the MMPI. I bet Dr. Drew knows what that is.
It's a personality profile, basically.
I
Correct.
see.
It's like 600 true-false questions.
All right.
And
That's probably more to see if you can tolerate the egg donating procedure. as
To
much
see
as
if you
that.
can make a mountain out of mashed potatoes.
Well, they,
That'd be
All
interesting.
right, Karen. So you got two kids and one on the way. Same husband?
yes.
All right, baby.
All right,
Good times. And is he selling his sperm, or is it just you who's
Is it family?
the breadwinner?
I mean,
No, just me.
All right, baby. Take care of yourself.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for the
calling.
call. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what would that freak you out at all? I mean, obviously we're not women, we don't have eggs, but morally,
Yeah.
is that? I'm not bothered by it, but I'm trying to
Morally
think if
freak you
I
out?
would
I
be
mean,
freaked out.
Not morally, but it's freaky to think that you might run across someone that reminds you of your kids in some like
yeah,
explicit
that's
way.
what I think
It's
too.
like,
I mean,
whoa, wait a
because
minute.
that is the deal, right? I mean,
You're-
basically,
you're-
you donate your eggs; they are injected into someone else.
Yeah, your
and
brain
that person
does
is growing your child.
Yeah, the
essentially.
brain does this weird thing with that. It's like you want to go get it. Then you want to go.
Yeah,
take
that
it,
I'm
so-
sorry. I go to the whole other level of that thing in Alien that like it's just not yours and it's just
Bursting
flying
out
out
of
of
the
you.
stomach?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's not
Is that how-
your
is that how
DNA.
is that what a C-section's like, Drew?
Oh, absolutely.
They
wow.
hold you down on a table when they're eating space bars and Tang, and
I
this
like
thing
that.
flies out of your
Pow,
belly.
yeah.
Well, I had an ex-girlfriend that did that face thing, metaphorically, of course, but
Really?
Yeah.
Did the alien face?
yeah, it's good stuff.
Hey, Drew.
Good times there.
Forgot what I was going to ask. Well, here's the thing: you need the sperm, so it's sort of like half done, and it'll never be exactly like your kids because
Right.
obviously the husband is not the same.
But it still
Donor.
could be enough that it could be weird.
All right, agreed. We'll take a little break. Ryan Reynolds is our guest tonight. Van Wilder's coming out on the 5th of April. It's supposed to be good. We'll be back.
LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Ryan Reynolds is our guest tonight.
Hello.
You know
I'm
Ryan.
actually just waking up now. There we go. Hi.
You know Ryan from all those years on Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place, and that's where we first met.
I was also the little black kid on Different Strokes.
Yeah.
You know me from
Quite
that.
range.
Yeah, it's ranging.
Bang, cymbal crash right there.
And he is now starring in, I believe it's his first starring role in a major movie, Van Wilder, National Lampoon's Van Wilder, which is coming out on the 5th of April. And that is
Theaters
a
everywhere.
week from this Friday,
You
correct?
bet, yeah.
You've all seen the commercials, lots of toga stuff, and good reviews.
Yes, very good.
Adam,
Yeah.
you're 16.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, Adam.
I'm all right. I actually wanted to ask you a question first. I was watching The Mantra the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw you were golfing,
Yes.
and you were golfing left-handed.
Right. You're saying golfing?
Golfing. No, he said
With
golfing.
the ball?
Yes.
Yeah, you were doing that left-handed.
Yes.
You're left-handed?
I know it doesn't look like I'm left-handed when you watch me golf, but yes, I am left-handed.
I didn't know that.
Well, thank you, Adam.
All right. That's
But I'm not one of these people that scribes a bunch of crap like, oh, that's where I get my creativity or
Yeah.
any of that nonsense.
Yeah.
It's a curse, this
no, I was just
left-handedness.
wondering. I didn't know.
Thanks, buddy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have this problem. I think my hand, it hurts. The tip of my finger does. My pointer finger.
I'd say bogus.
Hmm.
Why does it hurt?
I don't know. It's because I've been masturbating
Mm-hmm.
kind of like chronically.
And you've sprained your finger?
Well, it's not a sprain. I don't know what it is. It's just like a pain.
I
This is bogus.
smell bogus. I
Yeah.
smell bogus on this
Why,
guy.
why would he think of this? I mean, it's such a bizarre
And-
complaint.
It's not bogus.
Just the cadence.
Adam?
Yeah.
This is about 2 minutes. We're never going to get back.
But listen, the tip like near the fingernail
Uh-huh.
hurts.
Yeah, it's like like inside. I don't know.
Like an aching feeling. And there's nothing to see. There's nothing, no swelling
Right,
or redness
right.
or anything. Are your wrist okay?
My wrist is fine. Yeah.
And the pain doesn't radiate or come from anywhere?
It's just like a really really sharp pain, and it's occasional too.
Now,
Well-
is that the finger that goes on your penis, or is
Right.
that the one that goes in your ass?
I don't do that.
Oh, you're not into that?
Nah.
But he,
Well-
but he wants to know if you're left-handed.
This is it's probably nothing,
Yeah.
Adam, but there's a million and one things can cause joint pain in the hands.
Oh
so-
really?
yeah, and it has nothing, I doubt, to do with your habits.
All right, because I just didn't want to stop.
No, you don't have to
No,
stop.
I didn't say you should stop.
You can enhance masturbation actually with the other hand.
Really?
Well,
Yes,
Sure.
by holding a
Sure.
magazine.
Yeah.
No, you're saying by using that
Yeah,
other
just
hand?
going out, you know, just for a change.
Going out in his
change
right
it up.
hand.
I keep promising myself I'll do that, but I never end up doing it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna go. See, I'm left-handed. I'm gonna go with the right next time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try that. See what that's like.
Yeah, yeah. I don't mean to not be romantic or anything, but I just want to get that over with as soon as possible. So I stick with I'm right-handed. I stick with the right.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty much. You're committed to the left hand when. Drew, remember when I had the hand surgery?
Yep.
Do you remember the novelty-sized cast I had on my left hand?
Oh, I remember you fretting about having that cast and how you were going to manage.
I mean, it did not look like the kind of cast that you get when you break your
It was a
wrist.
giant club.
It was a club.
Yeah.
And it was wrapped. It looked like you see those 70s football films?
Yeah,
And,
I was just going to say the guys that had the club
Otis
cast over.
Sistrunk has a forearm cast, and then they wrap a bunch of
That or-
foam rubber around it and white tape. And I mean, it was a club. Managed to beat off with the club.
You managed
Wow.
to beat
Yes,
us with
I-
the club, and you didn't,
Let-
break
You know why?
something or
Because
lose an entire
I'm a
testicle?
warrior.
Wow,
That's why.
Resilient.
Wow, an
That's why.
incredibly resilient warrior. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say.
Thank you, Max.
Yeah.
You're 24. What's up?
I have a question about a fetish. I don't know if it's a fetish or more of an obsession. I've been married for about 4 years, and I've had this long-term obsession with wanting to see my wife with another man.
And you've had that just since you've been married?
Excuse me?
That's just been since you've been married or before?
No, just pretty much since I've been married.
And did you ever have this with anyone else?
Yeah, I was married previously for about a year and a half, and I actually went through with it, talked my first wife into it. We both enjoyed it, kind of got a kick out of it.
And that was the end of the marriage?
Yes.
Oh, shy.
And
Amazing.
I recently brought it up to my new wife.
You got to destroy this marriage too,
Yeah,
Max?
looking to unload some weight or what?
What's the deal? Didn't you learn how this works?
Actually, that's not the reason we split up. I mean, we were just, at the time, we were both kids, and we were looking to try anything, and we both enjoyed it. So
How long after you enjoyed it did you split up?
Probably about a year and a half.
Year and a half, they say.
How long?
Year and a half.
About a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Right. Hey, Max.
Yeah.
Well, first off, let me talk to my people about something. Let me tell you one of the cornerstones of being stupid. You just keep doing the same effing thing over and over
I
again.
would have to say so, yeah.
Whether it be getting fired from jobs or drinking or heroin or wife swapping or whatever it is, you don't learn from your mistake. I mean, if you really think about sort of what stupid is and how people have horrible lives, it's not the mistake part. Calm down, Drew. Everybody makes mistakes. And it's not even making them twice. It's repeating the patterns. And I know as a doctor, you don't want to call that stupid. You want
it's not a cognitive
get a
issue.
name. You want to put a name to it. Yeah, but smart people, at a certain point, realize, even though I'm compulsed to do this, I will stop.
Well, you have to have the capacity for insight.
There you go.
Which is different than smart.
Not
it's
really.
just a quality that some
well,
people
look,
don't
if you
have.
want to talk about the difference between,
Smart was all-encompassing.
chinchillas and people, it's the insight.
No, I mean, listen, schizophrenics have no insight, and they get Nobel Prizes for...
Drew,
you
you're
know what I'm
watching
saying?
too many movies.
That's
We're
true.
plugging Van Wilder tonight.
Yeah.
You understand?
But the point is that insight is a separate neurologic function that people do or don't have. And it has to do with... I was just reading some stuff about this tonight, with the way they're taught to match emotions with their parents early in life. If the child, when they're trying to regulate their own emotional lives, reaches out to the mom to try to get some reassurance, and the mom doesn't match or perceive accurately the child's feelings, there's a mismatch, and the child never learns how to identify their own feelings, identify them in other people. They don't have that insight.
Are you saying this is what may have happened with Max?
Could be.
Got a year and a half though after he.
Hey, Max.
Yeah.
I identify with that feeling. I think all guys have it to some degree.
Don't have it.
Drew doesn't have this. I do. Most.
I know.
No. It's not. It's. Here's what I mean. I would liken this. Your old lady getting it on with another guy while you witnessed it. I would liken it to killing, in the sense that some guys think about killing people. Some guys sort of fantasize about it. Most guys would never do it.
Yeah.
But it runs through your head, sort of thing. And then a small percentage of people actually go through and do it. This is sort of that for guys. A lot of guys think about their woman with another guy, or even especially when they get loaded, fantasize about it or what have you. But they don't go through with it.
And I would say it's just about as pathological as going ahead and killing someone.
Really?
You would say that person is
has got his.
You would rather
seeing
sit.
it through,
You'd rather sit next to someone on a plane flight who actually killed someone or who gave up their
It would
wife.
be a small.
Hey, Max.
small
Really?
difference.
Wow.
Max, this is an impulse that you need to get under control and not act out on.
Okay. Well, see, that was my main question. Was obviously, first of all, am I alone in having this feeling?
No, other guys have this.
But no, the other guys don't do this.
Most other
they
guys don't do
and they
it.
don't obsess about it.
And second of all, was it because I recently brought it up to my new wife, and she refused and thought I was crazy, pretty much for asking about.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't bring it up again then.
She's healthier than you are. That's why.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Max.
Yes.
Let me. Do you have any kids?
Yes, actually, I have 2 children.
All right. Well, now you cannot do this, because this is tantamount to child abuse. It really is. You're going to screw this relationship up. You don't need daddy carrying on this way. You got to start acting like a dad now. You
I
understand?
understand. I mean, I consider myself a great father, and
I know, but you would not be a good father if you carried out this plan.
Okay.
Okay? And listen, everybody, it's all about just containing your ass.
That's
What?
true. That's right. It's the 30 years we went through. Hey, let it all hang out. Whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Even last night we heard some of that stuff. Whatever floats your boat. No.
Well, there's this sort of notion which is, hey, if you want to do something, it can't be wrong.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
What I wonder though is just him bringing it up to his wife if he's not already fulfilled half of his fantasy there.
Well,
I mean,
he's already gotten the kind of injected a little chaos into the relationship, which is what he's looking for.
Yeah.
But did you hear the
resistance?
resistance in his voice? I'm a great father. And when you said no to be a good father, he was like, you don't understand. Wait,
No,
wait a minute.
I thought he went along with it. Okay. Look.
Ask him.
Okay.
Ask him what he intends to do.
What do you mean? Max?
Yes.
What do you intend to do? Do you intend to pursue this, or are you going to drop it?
I don't know. I mean,
See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Hey, Max, you do it, and you will then become a bad person.
You are an asshole.
Well, he
all right. Just do what you want to do. Understand what the consequences are, and don't tell us we didn't warn you.
I do agree
a
with
few
you.
years from
So
now.
if I decide not to do it and I still think about it, I mean, is that wrong or just containing myself
It
from
makes you
going through
a better person, really.
It means something.
Yes, but everybody needs to contain themselves. Look, I would like to defecate on the sidewalk when I have to go number 2.
Yeah.
But I excuse myself to a hedge or a gas station parking lot.
Or glass coffee table.
Or glass coffee table with Danny Thomas underneath it.
Jesus.
Because, is he still alive, by the way? Because
Milton Berle died today.
Milton Berle died today, yeah.
I know.
about that?
Now comedy's dead.
And
So what you're
Dudley
saying
Moore.
pretty much is to fantasize is the best thing
Yes,
to do
yes.
than vanish.
That's
Well,
right. That's right. Now let me say this. There's a sort of notion which is, hey, if you're not hurting anybody physically, then
Two consenting adults.
and 2 consenting adults agree to it, then chase your muse, man, and do whatever you want. Well, here's the deal. It's the 2 consenting adults, and a lot of people would argue, I mean, chronologically they're adults, emotionally they're not adults, and there's 2 kids whose lives they're putting in serious psychological jeopardy
That's right.
here.
You got
That's
a
right.
delicate ecosystem
No,
he's
that
working
is
with. there. He's gonna
absolutely right.
screw that up.
That is right.
Absolutely. And look, you want to know what successful people do? And then I'll stop being so preachy. They don't do everything they want to do all along the way.
There is a huge problem in this country. Understand the difference between self-will, me doing it because I want to, and freedom. When you are acting out BS like this guy is, that is not self-will. No. That is a slave. I mean, Andrea Yates was self-willed. She didn't want to take her medications. She didn't want to go to a psychiatric hospital. She relinquished her freedom because of all that, and now 5 kids are dead. This guy is screwing up equally as badly.
Right.
Because of his
maybe not
self-will.
quite as equally.
Well,
but
it might get there.
where he he's
Oh,
only
might-
got the 2 kids, so
All
still
right,
could never be
fine.
as bad
You're right. Couldn't be
as
fine.
Andrea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a little break. Ryan Reynolds is our guest tonight. Everyone should have alliteration in their names. It's so much easier.
Yeah, my middle name's Rodney, actually, as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, it works perfectly,
Rodney
though.
Reynolds, yeah.
Dr. Drew. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
DD. I'm like,
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hello? Who's this?
This is LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew over there. Ryan Reynolds is our guest tonight.
I think Ryan's the first guest ever to pick the mic up like we do.
Yeah,
Really?
he's a cool
I'm
customer.
trying to be like the pros here. You know, I'm definitely trying to be like the pros. It's actually very comfortable resting.
Well,
It's
yeah,
nicely heavy.
and you're tired. You're working all day.
Yeah,
Doing-
synapses are not firing the way they should. That's why we're drinking coffee here.
He's doing
The legal Coke.
real big promotion for Van Wilder, which is coming out on the 5th. A week from this Friday, National Lampoons, and has been doing the radio junket, probably
Yes.
And
probably on the
TV.
morning at
Good times and
6, probably on, yeah.
But the other thing he did was, he was telling us the thing where he sits in a booth with the poster behind him and E.T. and Access
yeah.
Hollywood, and the cameras come in one
they get
after the other.
like the 5-minute rapid
And then
fire.
local news from Shreveport and Omaha, right?
Yeah.
Everybody comes through and
Yeah.
gets their...
Also known as B material at that point.
And,
You're on the B material.
Is on at like 6:45 this morning with Boomer and the Nudge.
Yeah.
Coming to you from Destin. Hey, Nudge, get on. Hey, what's up there? Ryan Reynolds coming out there. He's Van Wilder. I tell you, the flick looks real funny. I haven't seen it or read anything about it. I tell you, it looks hilarious right now. Come on, it's going to weather report out there. And I'll tell you what. By the way, caller number 3 is going to give themselves a bottomless bucket of scooter bread from Mezzo's Pizza down there on I-15. So head on down there in the Leaning Tower of Pepsi.
It's like
Right.
that. It's like that, except you're way more coherent. I am following the bouncing ball with you, my friend.
Two guys and girls, beautiful. I'll tell you. I'll tell you that blonde hair chick. What's her name? Trailer Trash? What a Trailer Park? Hot. I'll tell you what I was saying.
Then their head pops off and confetti flies out of their neck.
Am I right, Nudge?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Mark?
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Hi, Mark.
You're
I've
25?
been listening to you guys for like 7 years. You guys have taught me so much.
Great.
You're amazing.
Have we been on the air 7 years, Aaron?
I think
In
so.
Denver? Oh, my God. Mark, what's going on?
What my problem is, this question's actually for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
I have premature ejaculation problems. I only last about 2, maybe 5 minutes a lot of the time.
Good times.
Got me beat.
Yeah, not really good times. Talked to my doctor. He prescribed Zoloft for it.
Yeah.
25 milligrams daily.
Okay.
I went to the pharmacist to get it filled. Pharmacist pulled me aside to say this can have a lot of different side effects that I might not like decreased libido, possible impotence, things like that.
Did the pharmacist know why you were taking it?
Yeah, in fact, they even were kind enough to write it on the bottle.
Right. What on the bottle?
Sexual dysfunction.
Sweet.
Wow.
So even though he knew that you were taking it for that purpose, he pulled you aside to tell you that might happen to you?
Like the other parts, like the decreased libido.
Well,
that's kind of the point in a certain way.
It's oftentimes with the delayed ejaculation, decreased libido comes along, particularly with Zoloft.
Is Zoloft an antidepressant, though?
Yeah, they're all
antidepressants. They're prescribed for everything. I mean, it's going to fix your lawn in a while.
A very common side effect of Paxil, Prozac, Zoloft, Celexa is a diminished sexual drive or some suppression of some part of the sexual arousal mechanism.
Yeah.
And delayed ejaculation is one of those things, so it's considered a treatment for premature ejaculation. But Paxil, in my experience, is more, Zoloft does more for the desire, Paxil does more for the ejaculation, in my experience anyway.
Well,
so
have you tried it, Mark?
No, I just got the prescription today and heard all these side effects and panicked.
Well, any medicine you take is going to have side effects, face it.
Okay.
And if this is that, my suggestion to you is if you want to find a non-medicinal approach, find a way to sort of contain your own sexual functioning.
Yeah, but
masturbate more or whatever it is you need to do to make this thing work mechanically.
Wouldn't you want to wouldn't you want to try this out anyway? Just because if the worst case scenario here is that you have sexual dysfunction, meaning your libido's decreased. This as side effects go, this is an explosive diarrhea. I'm thinking this isn't that bad if you're and if it is bad, you just go off of it. I think it's the best way to learn.
I think that's correct.
And when you have decreased libido, how bad is that to the person that has the decreased libido? And we always talk about this with women. With men, it's like, all right, you don't feel horny tonight, so you watch some TV and go to bed.
It's a relief for men. Women, though, it gets really shut down. The sex seems like irritating. Like, what is that? I don't understand what that is.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah. Let's just
Francis?
That's just with you.
Yes.
You're 16?
Yes.
You're female, yes?
My mother left when I was 10, and I haven't really been really open about it to anybody. But over the past couple of years, my first relationship I had for a year and a half, and then I dumped him, and ever since then I've been with about 4 guys for about 2-month time periods. And lately I was just wondering, could that be an effect of my mother leaving and me feeling, and I miss my boyfriend terribly, or my ex-boyfriend I should say, for the year and a half, and I broke up with him. Yet I feel that he broke up with me, and I miss that relationship.
You mean you have a delusion that he broke up with you when in fact you broke up with him?
Well, I know that I broke up with him. I know that, but it just...
But he was giving you signs it was over before, and that's why you broke up.
But you see how you're recreating this abandonment from your mom, right? Your mom left. It was a horrible rupture.
Yeah,
and now you start getting close to someone, and the thing you fear most is that he'll leave. So rather than go through that, you get rid of him. And then once you've gotten rid of him, you believe he left just like your mom.
Kind of, yeah. It's I know that I did that.
I understand.
I know what
this is a time for therapy, Francis. You really got to get out of this cycle.
I had that when she left, but I got out of it because I was there's no point in it.
Yeah, you got out, you suppressed it, and now you're acting it out with your relationships. And when you you're going one of two ways. You're with lots of people you don't care about as a way of trying to mask any kind of real connection, or you make a real connection and then you sabotage it.
Yeah, another question. Would it be possible that I could turn out like her because she had an alcohol? She was really addicted to alcohol.
50%, roughly 50% probability you're going to get that.
Okay.
So
'cause, like,
again, Francis, if you have that predilection, that gene, and you have this major abandonment, and God knows that's probably what her mom did to her, I suspect.
well, no, actually, no. My grandparents are a perfect couple, and I'm very close to my grandparents.
Those are her parents.
Yeah, they're her parents.
Where is she now? Why hasn't she been in your life? Your mom.
As far as I know, I think she's in California, but she doesn't keep in contact with
You know
me
what?
at all.
Not perfect parents. No way.
Something's up.
Yeah, something's up with her parents.
but-
But
I mean, I don't know. My grandparents don't talk to me about that much, but I know that she was a troublemaker when she was my age.
all right. Well, they're good grandparents anyway, and that's nice. But
Uh-huh.
you need to get some professional help to get this sort of dealt with, so it doesn't become a chronic feature of your relationship.
Stay away from the booze if you know that. If you know
Well,
that you have a
like,
predisposition.
I've just tried it over the past couple of weeks, and now it just seems that
All right.
I want to
Francis,
do it again.
get help.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Yeah.
this isn't going to stop unless you get a real relationship going, and
Okay.
you're going to sabotage the ones you have with boys. So you need a therapist.
All right?
Thank you.
All right, baby. Take care of yourself.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
What do you think, Zoloft?
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt.
I don't know. I got a hangnail. Taking it for that.
Let's see. Boyfriend is 21 and lasts about a minute.
Just on that topic, just finish that topic
Really?
out.
All right. Hey, Lisa.
Yeah.
Give him some Zoloft.
Give you some Zoloft?
Yeah.
You heard that call? Maybe you didn't hear the call. We had a
Yeah,
call.
okay.
Yeah.
What's going on with your boyfriend?
It looks just like Equal.
What's up with your boyfriend?
When we have sex, he lasts about a minute.
What was that?
I don't know, but it was painful. So
Yeah,
let's just
I
tell
don't
her
know.
with her on hold.
Is he troubled by this?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I will need to know if it's something he's willing to work on.
I'm guessing he is. Drew, why don't
we
you
need to talk to
give the
him.
goddamn answer like he's willing to work on it?
But the thing is, he needs to probably masturbate more. Actually,
Okay.
he needs to learn how to master his own sexual function.
Look, he better learn to give her good oral.
Yeah.
Because that's the only salvation.
That's the
here,
other thing.
because this is not going to work.
I meant that too. Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. Ryan Reynolds is our guest tonight. We'll be right back.
All right, guys. Bottom line, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the date line. The date line.
877-889-DATE. LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
There we go. Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Pat O'Brien will be in here tomorrow night.
Oh, for the love of God.
You know from, he's writing our demo.
Yeah.
Pat is going to replace Dick Clark as the world's oldest teenager in just a couple of short months. Pat has been doing this CBS Sports for a million
he
years.
was still my
and,
favorite baseball announcer.
Great baseball
Yeah,
announcer.
And then he became, Access
Hol-
Hollywood.
Is it Access
Yeah.
Hollywood that he does?
Yeah.
But Pat is the biggest star effer on the planet. He hangs out with Michael Jordan and even big names that are dead, like Humphrey Bogart. He hangs around with every huge Milton Berle. He's now hanging out with.
He loved my movie, so I gotta.
Did he?
I gotta give the props to Pat O'Brien.
Did he say something on Access Hollywood?
He was saying stuff a lot on Access Hollywood about it. So
Really?
Yeah, he loved it. They loved it at Access, so I have to,
Oh, that's
love
great.
Those guys, yeah.
Well, he'll be in here tomorrow. We'll ask him about it. Ryan Reynolds is the man who's speaking into the third mic.
Hi
and
there.
that's his movie, Van Wilder, which is coming out on the 5th of April.
Yeah.
All right, and getting good reviews. Joe.
Yeah.
You're 27?
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
Dr. Drew, I have a question for you.
Joe.
I am a paramedic
Yep.
in Northern California, and we are just seeing a huge increase in GHB overdoses, especially in the homosexual community. And no one can really give me, I've asked doctors at the ERs that we transport to and public health, and they really can't give me an answer. I was wondering if this is local phenomena or is this something that we're seeing nationally, and what can be done?
There definitely is a steady increase in ER visits for GHB and ecstasy and ketamine. Okay, and GHB particularly is in sort of an explosive pattern right now. I was talking to, how close to San Francisco are you?
Very close.
I was talking to the head of the Haight-Ashbury Free Clinic who said that he thinks GHB, particularly coming across the border from Mexico, is sort of the big headline right now, and that there's a lot of use of it at universities as a date rape drug. But that's the drug he sees the most rapid increase in problems with right now. So it's being distributed more regularly. It's coming up, and kids are using it, so naturally enough, you'd start seeing more side effects and more disasters.
Yeah. As far as the homosexual community, everyone's gay.
I actually
in San Francisco, are they not? Sure, is that a gay colony, or the straight guys living?
Right. So you're seeing GHB in San Francisco, therefore.
No, we're actually northern San Francisco, but yeah,
I see.
I don't know if it's just
they like the country too.
Well, I would guess, as far as the gay community goes, whether it be drugs, music, or fashion, that it's a fairly small community that communicates. And so if something gets hot, it's going to get hot throughout the community, whether it be a dance song or, they all know what's going on. They know that the brown bandana in the left pocket means receiver, and pink bandana.
I
beg your pardon.
What am I thinking?
You thought it was giver. You're wondering what happened in the bathroom with Anderson?
Yeah,
You thought that was a little out of line?
No, I'm hanging out. I wanted to look like one of the dancers from the Bad video. I don't know what's going on.
Joe, I've seen a fair amount of GHB in Major League Baseball players, too. That's another place. And I bet we'll see it in the NFL also.
You've seen it with some kickers in the NFL, too. I want to ask you something. There's a funny thing that's going on. I was just in Mexico.
Oh, you're talking about
Jovanovski. Yeah, I don't know.
From the Raiders.
Whatever, yeah.
Drew, what do you mean in baseball? I know we've talked about this, but talk about it again. You mean in smaller doses being used as a supplement?
I think what's happening is they're using it in a supplement, and for those guys that are addicts and maybe don't even know it, they're just genetically prone, it takes off, and they become addicted to it.
Yeah, but how do you get high off it?
It's
like a larger dose?
Yeah,
a blackout drug?
Half a Dixie cup is about 10 beers.
I know, but why is it being used? Is it being used as a supplement, or is it just being used as a
You're
way to
wanting
amp
wine
yourself
sports.
up? Wine sports.
Both. Wine sports, because it starts out as a supplement.
Yeah, okay, that's what, Drew, you understand what I'm asking here?
I'll say it again.
10 beers.
I'll start out again. It starts out as a supplement, and then they find out, they get used to its effects and find out how to modulate their feelings
that's what I'm saying, but smaller doses, right?
It's a supplement, but they
get
out of control with it.
All right, I'm done with you.
All right, the Major League Baseball are not using small doses.
They take big doses?
Big, huge doses.
So it's like drinking 10 beers before they work out.
What I have seen is these guys, they get manic and they get disorganized, and in the guys that become addicted, they don't get sedating effects from it. They actually get stimulating effects from it.
So it's not like drinking 10 beers.
It initially is.
But now, I just want to know something. It's coming from Mexico. I was just in Mexico, in Cancun, for the little MTV spring break thing.
That's not considered Mexico, by the way.
Not really, yeah. But I learned one thing when you're there. You can get anything in the normal pharmacy there.
Sure.
Yeah, you could, people were, going over and stocking up on, anything that the FDA would just find horrifying.
Adam
here.
wants to do that here.
Yeah.
Adam thinks we should do that.
You just do that here.
I'd like to open, well, here's what I'm saying. They have Mexican food stands here.
Yeah.
How about I open a Mexican pharmacy?
Oh, that's nice.
You know what I mean?
We'd actually bring some Mexican authorities further up north, because they taught me that fists aren't just for fighting.
You know, the reality is, you probably could do that like on an Indian reservation or something. I bet you could.
That would be good. I'd like to open. Here's what I'd like to do.
Oh my God!
I'd like to get some land on an Indian reservation and open a fireworks and pharmacy.
/ casino.
Fireworks, pharmacy, and casino. I'd put slot machines out there, but I would sell like M80s and Valium.
And then you can bet your Valium in some.
And I would sell a
Valium
bomb where I took like a cherry bomb and I just covered it with Valium. And what you did is you throw a party, just blow it up in the living room, and everyone got effed up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I could go for that.
Oh.
Kara?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you think living in a lawless community is bad, but it has its perks, like the fireworks and the prescription drugs. Kara?
Uh-huh.
Or Kara?
You're Kara?
Kara, uh-huh.
Oh, Kara, you're 28. What's up?
Yeah, hi. I just want to know what's going on with Dr. Drew's issues he has with best friends.
I have no issues with it. There's something that came up last night.
With what?
Best friends. I could see how you could think I would. I was referring to something Adam had said and trying to remind him what his take on best friends had been, that it was something that it was primarily a function of childhood and proximity to people you just spent a lot of time around.
The old BFF.
And that most people don't have. They
Right.
don't identify good friends as this is my best friend. That's not something that people in adulthood typically identify.
Right.
It's usually bad when you're an adult and you're identifying someone as your best friend.
Interesting.
Yes.
I identify my best friend, quote, quote, but mostly it's just because she's my only adult friend.
Yeah, why is that?
The adult
But that's what we're talking about. When somebody says that, we're like, "Ooh, why is that?
Why don't you have more adult friends?
Well, we have a small group of friends. It's her and her husband, myself, and my husband.
I see.
That kind of thing.
And that's it, huh?
Yeah, we keep to ourselves mostly because compared to the community that we are in, we're kind of outcasts.
Why? What do you guys?
Because her husband
Waco?
is a tattoo artist.
Uh-huh.
No, I live in Utah.
Uh-huh.
And,
Tattoo artists
I'm a
and
excuse me?
and you guys are what, like into Santeria or
Well,
something?
Utah's a very reserved state.
Very.
Well, are you guys not LDS?
We were all raised LDS, but none of us are active.
Oh,
so that's why they're outcasts.
Now you're acting out though.
There
What
you
are you
go.
What are you into? What do you look like?
What do I look like?
Yeah, you look like a troublemaker.
No, actually, people
You're
are
fat.
very surprised.
Oh, please. Okay.
That,
You got a lot of weird tats or aggressive piercings or something?
Yes.
All right, good.
I don't have weird tats, but I do have aggressive piercings, and I'm
Okay.
also a piercing artist.
Good. Well, mission accomplished. No one wants to talk to you. Fantastic. Now you four can all just huddle up and pretend it's you against the world. Good times there, baby. Don't screw your kids up, though, okay?
No, I'll try not to.
Okay.
Yes,
all right, baby.
thank you.
Take care of yourself. Yeah, it's a strategy that always confounds me. This I'm going to get a bunch of really aggressive tats. I'll give myself a crazy haircut, and
Yeah.
I'll look very antisocial.
Yeah. And I'll wonder why everyone
Then I'll
thinks
claim that I'm
an
being
outcast.
persecuted.
Of course.
And I'll get into that like, hey man, you don't know me, okay? Like I'm so tired of being judged when people don't even know who I. Yeah, you really?
Just the way I look, how
Yeah.
shallow and narrow-minded people are.
Yeah,
Well, let's
yeah.
take it a
Maybe
step
I might
further.
wanna,
If you
remove the railway tie from my forehead.
If you
And,
put if you put a Klansman's hood on, you might be judged. And
Well, yeah.
and if you got the little teardrop tattoo
There you
that
go, yeah.
suggests you've done some time, you might be judged. Be
Not
prepared
even
to be
judged.
judged.
Not even judged. Just perceived as something.
I
It's not even judging. Just
I
kinda
don't think
putting that out there.
judging is such a negative term though. I mean,
Well, judging
it's-
suggests you're coming from a higher place and looking down. It's not that. It's just you know it's a Klansman. That's what that is.
well, let's say you're being assessed.
You're right. Assessment. It's an
Because
assessment.
here's the deal, everybody. First off, if people didn't do that, you'd have no need to put the bone through your nose and get the aggressive piercings. You understand? So don't blame them for doing what you need them to do in order to fulfill your sort of fantasy
I will.
life.
I will never forget being on a tube in London, those little subway they call it the tube, sitting there in the middle of the night, taking the thing back to where I was staying, and there was a guy with, I'm not kidding you, maybe 35 piercings in his face, just random, like through the cheek, through the nose, through the
Right.
eyeball, just everything. And I'll never forget, I'm staring at him, and we're the only ones in this car, and he looks at me and he goes, "What?" And all I can say is, "Well, come on." The entire exchange was that. And I mean, that is just a perfect example of that. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, you've got
What do
more
you look
metal in your face than I do in my entire vehicle.
Right.
I mean, of course I'm going to be
I saw a
staring
guy
at you.
in
Come
Cuba
on.
that had so many piercings. It looks like fish scales, like
That's
layered
what I saw
tattoos.
too. I know.
Yeah.
I couldn't have
Isn't
made
it
Yeah,
amazing?
tattoos or piercings?
Piercings. I beg your pardon. It was like layered, like
yeah,
right.
it looks
one
like
on
a
top of the
tribal
other.
rite of passage. It's
Yeah.
less than
But
a fashion statement. And,
Here, yes. Here's the thing, everybody. Not everyone is going to take the time to get to know the real you. We'll just assume you're effed up by what
Yeah.
you've shown us. And number two, this is what human beings do innately. I mean, when you're walking down the street and a dog starts coming your way, you immediately decide, is the tail wagging? What breed of dog is it? Does it look like it's cared for, or does it look like a stray dog?
Yeah.
Is it resemble like a dingo, or is it Old Yeller? this is a survival tactic that I believe
Exactly.
all human beings do all the time, whether it's survival or a sexual tactic. We cannot stop assessing whatever's put before us, and we're looking for something either we can hump, beat up, or flee from.
Yeah.
For me, it's all three.
But-
I'd like to hump them, beat them up, and then flee. But this is what we do. And when
Fight
you're
or flight? Is that
yes,
what we're talking about?
Hump,
both.
beat, no,
I do
hump,
both.
hump, beat up, or fight.
Hump, beat up, or fight.
Right,
Wow.
but when you're covered with God,
described college.
we have mere seconds to make an assessment, and you will be assessed just like you assess everyone else.
But again, the ones with the piercings and whatnot have trouble assessing other people's emotional experiences.
Right.
They can't accept what happens in you in relation to what they're putting out.
Well, the guy
they're-
with the 100 piercings in his face has those partially because he wants to sit in a subway car in the middle of the night and go, what?
But his whole ability to reach into the world and attune to other people's feelings impaired. It's just impaired.
Right. And
that, and you can't swim with that much metal in your head.
no,
Sink right to the bottom.
hopefully not. Esther,
Hello?
you're 21.
Yes.
What's up?
I have a question for Dr. Zhu. When I was a little girl, I caught my dad cheating on my mom.
How old were you?
I was like 10, I think.
How'd you do that?
Well, I just walked into we were having a party, and I walked into the room, and he was with one of my mom's friends. And
Doing what?
They weren't having sex. They were just kissing and stuff, but I told my mom immediately.
See, that's why I would keep a tranquilizer gun in the nightstand. Just right in the back of the neck. It takes 4 steps and then goes down.
Or that collar they had on Star Trek.
Yeah, I come rushing in, tell the old lady, she's not feeling well. She got hold of something. I think I started drinking off the
Don't
punch.
mind that daisy hanging out of her back.
I'm going to take her for a nice long ride.
Oh, God.
All right, so you ran out of the room and ran right to your mom.
Well, not necessarily. Like, I saw her later on the night, and then I just kind of took her into the room, and I just remember vaguely, but I remember telling her.
And did your dad see you when you saw him?
No.
No, okay.
They weren't facing me, so I just
see.
left the room.
Okay.
And so ever since then, well, not ever since then, but since I've started to have like more in-depth relationships with guys, I have like an extreme inability to trust them.
Sure.
And I ruin like really good relationships, I think, because of it. But I just wanted to know like if therapy would help, or
It would help because it's a very simple equation here, which is, hey, cut it out. You have good insight. You know what's going on here. You identify the feelings. Cut it out.
right?
But the problem is you're going to choose to cut it out with the guy that's going to be the untrustworthy one.
This,
that's the one she's going to get involved with, and he's going to cheat.
I've said it once. I'll say it 1,000 times. Women are wired emotionally like Fiats. They're horrible. Their wiring is horrible. They can
you did not just make that analogy.
Yes, they can take almost nothing.
No resilience.
No resilience. They blow fuses.
I would have gone with Fiero, but that's just.
I was thinking of Lancia.
Yeah.
But that may be
Yugo.
a little
Too obscure.
little
Too
esoteric
obscure.
for our audience. But the point is a 10-year-old boy would have seen this and it would have been water off a goose's ass. Do you know what I mean? Might have taken a little.
Oh, I don't.
Little
I
stutter
would have been
step,
traumatized if I
it
saw
wouldn't
my-
have affected his relationships.
Right. He would. He would have been a little pissed off, and it would have, been a little. And I suppose if it had resulted in the fracture in his family, it would have had a lot of implications. But he wouldn't be quite as entrenched in the kinds of behavioral patterns as Esther is.
Right.
And so, look, you just cut it out and try to make sure it's a guy that is in fact trustworthy. And if you can't, then that's time for therapy.
Yeah. But wait, a follow-up question to Esther. Esther.
Yeah.
That was my first girlfriend's name, Esther, but she insists on being called Esty.
True.
Do you get called Esty?
No, never.
She's the one whose kitchen you caught on fire, right?
Yeah, Esther.
Nice.
I mean, Esty.
You don't see a lot of people under the age of
Esty
60 being
Chaladenko?
called Esther these days. I like the name, though.
It's her name. Yeah, very good, Drew.
Nice
See,
name.
kids, when you don't smoke pot, that's what you can do. I barely remember her name. So, Esther, did your parents inevitably divorce?
They split up for a little while, but then they got back together, and they've been together ever since.
Did you feel responsible at all?
Now that I look back on it, I kind of do, but I know it was for the better because, I don't know, I feel like my mom should have known.
Okay. All right. So listen, your parents are still together.
Right.
They're 45 years old and still together, right?
Right.
and they had a little separation, a little bump in the road.
There's another thing. How
you
old?
did what you wanted to do. You feel okay with the decision. Why do you have to be a mess?
How old were they when this all went down?
They were probably in their
34.
early 30s.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, baby.
Okay.
Don't be so screwed up.
All right.
All right, take care.
Bye, Esther.
All right. Sounded cute.
Can you
I
give her
know, I
a
liked
good, give her
Esther.
a good time? Huh?
Good times.
I guess.
Michelle,
Yes.
you're 32?
Yes.
What's up?
Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, how are you?
Okay. A little nervous about this. Okay.
We're gentle.
Good. I'm having a troubled marriage.
No.
I'm married 10+ years,
Mm-hmm.
and we've attempted counseling before.
What does that mean?
And well, we went to, let's see, two counseling sessions. Once I went even by myself because he couldn't go. And
So you went to
of course,
one counseling session.
we went to 3 total, or I went to 3 total. He went to 2.
All right.
And then all of a sudden he just didn't want to go anymore.
All right. So
Or
what?
he didn't have time. He didn't have time to go
All
anymore.
right, well, that you essentially had no counseling. That would not accomplish
Yeah.
anything.
Right, which I agree with that. And I'm really not happy in my marriage right now, and I don't know if attempting counseling by myself or again as a couple in a different situation.
Well, if he will not go, and if he's not, do you have kids?
Yes, we do.
I mean, you'd hope on behalf of the kids you can get a little commitment out of him to come in and try to work this thing out. But if you cannot and he will not participate, you got to take care of yourself and definitely get into therapy and sort of sort things out and make a clear decision and plan and do what you got to do.
What's the big beef?
Well, because I've been thinking of leaving the marriage.
Why?
I'm not happy.
Why?
Oh, this close to hanging up on you.
He's not there.
goofball.
He's never there.
He's never there.
What's he do, work?
Emotionally and physically. I mean, besides his work, with him being gone all the time, and then when he is home, he's just not there emotionally either.
All right, so you're angry at him.
Have you cheated?
Has he cheated?
Have you cheated?
Him?
You.
No, but I've been approached to go out with people, and I tell them I can't. You know, I'm married, but I wanted to go out with them, thinking, could this be the person I maybe should be with instead? And I'm just being stupid, sticking
See,
in
this is when women cheat, right
Yeah.
here. She's on that cusp.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Michelle?
Are you close
Yeah.
by? Or?
Yeah. Where are you calling from?
Where?
Did you bounce back from the kids, or are you still a little? Hey, Michelle, look, you're angry at the guy. Jeez, you're angry at all guys. You're angry,
Well,
baby.
that's also how women are wired,
You're gonna
right?
screw those kids up. Yeah, they get angry. They get angry at their guy. They hate everyone.
That's what
No, all men, just men, not women.
Yeah. No, but they never did like women, so it works fine. Now they hate men too. So there's no creature on the planet that they like. Hey, okay, baby. For the sake of the kids, you got to take care of this and let him know that hey, this is it. Because guys,
TikTok.
Guys don't hear
know.
that. Yeah, they really don't get what that means when you say you're not available. They don't know what that means.
Well, last time we started the counseling, that's what I said. I said, I can't take this anymore. This is it. So he said, okay, then I'll go to counseling with you. We did those 3 sessions, and that was
does
it.
he
It was like-
does he want to make the marriage work?
I think he says it in words.
Right.
I don't know if he
Yeah,
does
sounds
emotionally.
comfortable.
And he says he loves me, but yet he's not there.
Yeah.
And, you know, and he always puts his work first.
Yeah. What's he do?
He's an electrician.
Okay. All right, there, baby.
Uh,
Look, everyone goes through these problems, all right? And you tell him you're serious. Let him know you're serious about leaving, and you continue with the counseling and keep him in the counseling. And I know you're frustrated. Try not to be angry in front of the kids. Freaks them out, all right?
Right.
yeah, which has happened a few times.
Okay.
It's not.
What's he
not
do,
okay.
commercial or residential work?
Commercial.
Okay. Good times.
You got to give him that final. I'm serious.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. You tell him next time he starts giving you a hard time, you like yell.
Which will be this weekend.
Yeah, you yell. Look, buddy, you're not pulling 16 gauge Romex here. This is more than a job. And just see if you can work in something really specific about electrical.
Yeah, use
and,
the
like,
use
freak
the
'em out.
emotionally wired like a Fiat one. I think that might.
No, I
actually
heard
kinda
that
score with him.
Before that.
All right,
that'd
baby.
be a direct hit.
Tell him you're serious. Yeah, guys need a little kick in the pants every once in a while.
I'm serious as a call. The
And
guys
how?
understand.
It's hard to get them out of their cadence.
Does she have to actually yell at them? Like, I'm serious.
I'm serious.
I think you say it in a strongly worded letter. Oh yeah.
Well, look, let's face it. As guys, I hate to admit it, but as guys, we're looking not to be hassled in a relationship more than we're looking for a fulfilling relationship.
That's why I'm saying right there, comfortable. Guy's comfortable. He's having some troubles, but he doesn't want to do anything about it. He
Also,
just wants
guys
to,
really don't understand why they can't be allowed to focus on their work because it's so important to them. If they're not really being sensitive to what that means to their wife.
Right. And also, guys, Lord knows I've been in this situation myself a few times. We can't understand why you're so miserable when we're not really doing anything wrong. We're not cheating and we're not drinking. We're just working a lot. We're kind of busy. Maybe you're a little preoccupied. Might seem a little distracted. And then the problem is you get home and you're so tired from work, you want to just be sort of left alone and relax a little bit and masturbate.
The catch-22 on this, honestly, is that sometimes women like Michelle have unlimited needs for him to be around.
Yes.
And so he starts giving, it's not enough. And so now his work starts getting eroded. And how do you balance that?
Well,
and so she needs a little help, too.
Yes. And here's the other thing. And I don't know if Michelle's doing this or not, but when a man is unhappy, he looks to his work, and he looks sometimes he just looks to his possessions. It's like he's like, hey, I want that Corvette.
He looks away.
I'm unhappy, or what's going on at work, or I
Yeah.
need a promotion, or I need to go fishing.
Yeah.
When women are unhappy, they look at the relationship, and then they look at the guy, and they go, what's wrong, and what isn't he doing? And now the guy's freaked out. Okay. Take a little break. Ryan Reynolds is here. Van Wilder's the name of the movie, out in about 9 days.
April 5th.
And
April 5th.
We'll be right.
Load up.
We'll be right back after this.
LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. Back in a minute.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew.
And we like to fly airplanes.
Oh.
If you wouldn't mind.
Dr. Drew's wife and daughter are going to Paris in a 4 or 5 days. Yeah, it is a double whip now. Actually, the double Anderson is 3 whips because the wife is 2 whips, and then Paulina the daughter.
When was the last time you saw my daughter?
It's been a little while.
Give me 4.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Listen, Drew, I don't.
Oh! You're all serious.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I don't know what to do. I mean, like, what do you do? Here's the situation. Ryan Reynolds is our guest, by the way. Van Wilder's the name of the movie. National Lampoon's Van Wilder. You've seen the commercials.
No, don't get up.
Good reviews coming out a week from this Friday. But, Drew, what do you do as a kid when you have so much opportunity? And the word is yes to many things.
Yeah.
And how do you establish discipline, or how do you establish maybe even just a sort of compass, and not moral compass, but like just a sort of relative thing? You know, like I was saying to my partner Jimmy, whose son, he has a 8-year-old son. He's a great kid, but he gets whatever he wants whenever he wants it. And Christmas was coming up. And I could remember going nuts, counting the minutes, the seconds, the hours, till Christmas arrived because I never got anything. And then
you'd get the handlebars of a bicycle.
Yeah, I didn't get that much during Christmas either, but it was my one chance for a score. It was like you're living in prison, and twice a year, one is your birthday and the other is Christmas, someone brings you a cake,
I
right?
completely relate to that. Christmas was like the Mardi Gras for me.
Yeah, it was
bonanza. Like I finally get something. I don't care what it is.
Right, like when you grow up in a poor family or a cheap family, or in Drew's case with the cheap family and everything, you have two times a year you get presents, Christmas and your birthday, and that's it. You didn't get much during the other, or maybe nothing. Yeah. Now I was saying, commenting about Jimmy's son, which is Christmas that big a deal when you just sort of get what you want anyway? I mean, I know he looks
Well,
forward
is it
to
relative?
Christmas.
I mean, is Jimmy giving him, 3 times the stuff that he would give him normally on a Christmas?
There's no doubt he looks forward to Christmas, like
Yeah.
any kid would. But for me, it was more than look forward to.
Yeah,
it was like it. It was it.
Yeah.
And I said, look, if you didn't get him some video game that, let's say, he asked Santa for, a week later he'd get it when you guys were over at Costco or
Yeah.
something, just shopping. He'd say, I want that, and you throw it in the bag.
Yeah.
So how big a deal is it?
We try not to do that.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You mean get Jimmy's kid stuff?
We try not to give Jimmy. It's hard not to. He's a
Why
cute-
are you
Kevin,
punishing?
Kevin is a cute
Why
kid.
are you punishing Kevin that way?
But no, we don't. It's like, hey, save it. You want it? Save your money. You can buy it.
Yeah, but you give him $80 a week allowance, right?
No, we have this whole star system.
Well, like you're
and-
taking your boys out. You're going to 3 baseball games. They've been out.
Well, that's the piece that's
They've been out.
interesting.
They're out on the field at Dodger Stadium. They're going backstage everywhere. I mean,
That's the
what do
part
you look
that-
forward to?
That's
then?
the part that I don't know.
And you can no longer. I'm not cursing the kids.
Yeah,
They're
no,
wonderful
I know
kids.
what you
I
mean.
love the boys like they're my own. But now you can't just go to a ball game. You got to get out onto the field and actually
Well, would it be less about taking them to these wonderful things and more about just instilling perspective in them? I mean, just saying,
Well,
look, this is something special that you're going to.
That's I tried to get
know
that.
you
Like
know?
we went on a trip to South America with a group of very powerful people who we met the president of every country we went to, including Fidel Castro. We're standing there with Fidel Castro. I'm going, and they're going, he's boring. I thought, hey, it's fine. Yes, he is boring, but just don't forget that you were here.
Yeah, don't cross
You'll
him.
understand someday.
These kids are 8. They met Fidel. I was 16 before I met Fidel Castro. Do you understand? No, 17. 17, but this is my junior year. That's right. 17 years old before I met Fidel
And
Castro.
my
These
sort
kids
of-
were barely into the 2nd grade.
And my sort of message to them is if you want to, if this is kind of stuff that makes you happy, look at these people who were able to go on these trips. And they run businesses. And
Yeah.
They did well at school. And this is you want to strive for that. Great, good, enjoy.
All right. Their life's going to be one big letdown.
Yeah, no doubt.
One big bad seats.
Nice.
They get jobs like a pharmacist or something to live in a nice condo somewhere. in
Ryan, how old are you?
Pasadena.
I was just thinking about this.
I'm 25.
I think he's 25. 25. Think about that.
I know. He's ruined too.
He's going to London.
How many
visiting-
times you met Fidel Castro?
How many times have I met Fidel Castro? Yeah,
6
that-
times.
And where were
that
you at
happened.
25, Adam? Think
Yeah.
about yourself at 25.
All right. Well, I'll tell you. We'll take this call, and I will. You guys talk this call, and I will try to figure out. When's your birthday?
October 23rd.
October 23rd.
76.
All right, 76. So you'll be 26 October 23rd.
Well, yeah.
correct? All right. Talk to this call. I'm gonna figure out where I was at 25.
I was
in a
I was
half.
in my 4th year of medical school.
Okay.
Wow.
Talk to the call, please.
Willie.
Yes,
What's up,
Hey, Willie, how are you?
I'm all right.
What's going on?
Not much. Just I was just gonna ask some advice because we were sitting at dinner one night with my wife and her parents, and all of a sudden her dad just said we should have some fun sometime.
No. Oh, that's BS. Please,
Hi.
Willie. Please.
Come on now.
What's BS?
Oh, yeah.
Have some fun
I don't
sometime?
know.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
I'm trying to figure out where I was at 25 and a half. I still know you're lying.
I know.
Oh, I'm lying?
Miniature
Yeah,
golf?
now you're really lying.
No way.
Well, see, my wife and her parents want to have a foursome, and I don't know what to do.
All right. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, for a minute I thought he was lying, but now
I see.
now that you
Yeah,
reiterate the
exactly.
same question, I know you
Well,
can't
no,
be
see,
lying.
that was the fun. I didn't know what he meant by fun, and then he elaborated during dinner.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we knew what you mean by Phil. By
A
fun,
foursome
Willie.
with the kids.
And that's why we're
basically.
saying that's BS.
What would be in it
Foursome
for
with
you
the
there,
kids.
Willie?
Well, I've always liked her mom. She knew that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then her
How-
dad just, I don't know why her dad brought it up, but
How old is her mom?
her mom's 53.
Nice.
Wow. That's a
All right. Well, you better hit that because you break her hip in another few years.
Yeah, I know. Time's a wasting.
So, do you guys think I should go through with it?
Yeah.
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 Definitely.
Willie, this is such BS, please.
No.
It's not BS.
All right. What?
Come to Iowa and you can join too.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow.
All right. Hold on.
Now I believe you.
See
Now
if
that
I
you
can get
mention
that red eye.
Now that you mention that.
Yeah. Now I'm coming out.
Wow.
All right, there, buddy boy. Good times.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. 19. I would have been. I think at 25 and a half, it would have been. It would have been 1990 for me, right?
Okay.
Yeah, 1990. 25 and a half. Living in a one bedroom in North Hollywood. Stripper girlfriend had left me, I believe.
Esty?
No. She'd left me years before in junior high.
Oh, okay.
Still licking my wounds from that
right.
point.
What
Driving.
was this one's name again? I forget now. Lindsay to Hounslow.
No, she was from Hounslow.
I see. Yeah.
You actually had a
England.
stripper girlfriend, like an actual current regular stripper girlfriend.
That's where I met her.
He went
yeah.
and yeah.
I went and extracted her from the strip club.
You did,
bar.
fresh
yeah.
off the pole. Just brought her in, and there we go.
I had to bring the pole with me.
Oh, really?
I had to break the pole off.
I actually have
and
a
carry
pole kit in the car, which is ironic that you bring that up now. You know,
Yeah.
was she? So she's like a. This is
Well,
LA,
you know how
stripper?
you ever see like how monkeys eat termites? They put a stick in the termite hole and then they crawl up on it and they lick them off. That's how I got her out of the strip club. I broke the pole off and carried the pole with her still hanging.
And be fair, you've got to create an environment that sort of makes her feel comfortable, and so you put the lights up.
Put the lights up in the apartment, put the pole up.
Some black lights, you're in.
Let's see. Living in that apartment, she'd probably dumped me. I was.
Didn't she punch you out and then dump you and then leave and then just dump everything out of your apartment? Like pulled everything out?
No.
I love it when they throw everything out the window when they don't live there.
No, she punched.
That's my
She
favorite
punched me out after a softball game that took about 14 hours because I had gone to play softball, and the game got canceled. So we decided to go drinking instead. And I was supposed to come home and go out with her, and I came home at 2 in the morning, loaded. And I just remember standing at the foot of the bed, still in the softball uniform, and she cold cocked me right across the face.
Oh, she punched you in the face.
In the face.
Wow.
And I remember thinking on the way down to the bed, because I figured I'll just fall back into bed. She hit me. I'm in my uniform. On the way down, I thought, you know what? Good, because because here's the deal. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I used to box. I've been punched a million times. That was no big deal. And now she's going to feel bad. And I've already forgotten about it because I'm loaded.
Yeah.
So my head hit the pillow.
And you're on your way down. Yeah.
I'm on the way down. My head hit the pillow. I woke up in my softball cleats. And she was apologizing to me the following morning, which I thought was good. I'll tell you, a good sock from a girl is much better than days and days of service from them regarding your behavior, especially if you're loaded and you don't see it coming. Pow! It's great. So she just dumped me. She'd moved into my grandparents' house, who were out of town, and about 2 blocks away, and started seeing a guy from work whose motorcycle was parked out front of my grandparents' house constantly.
How nice of Grandma to offer her her house.
Yeah.
They're decent folks.
Full surveillance.
Did she welcome the boyfriend into dinner too? The new boyfriend?
She was they were out of town for like a month.
And
so,
was this what the announcer at the strip club or?
No, this is I'd forced her to quit her first love, which was stripping after we were living together. And I was driving a 79 beat up Nissan pickup truck, working swinging a hammer for a living, but sort of freelance, making about $250 a week cash, and taking on temporary boarders at my house, which was technically a 1-bedroom, but there was a little loft, and for about $150 a month, a different guy would show up with a cardboard box with like a pair of underpants and a can of Dinty Moore stew in it, and stay there for the month, and then rotate out.
It's like Don Quixote.
I know.
It really is.
This is what I'm doing at age 25. And no car insurance, no health, no medical, no money in the bank, no credit cards.
Wow.
That's
good
my life
time.
at 25.
Wow. And then we've got Ryan here who travels the world.
Same life.
Late time radio. Yeah, same life. Two houses, renting a house.
Same life.
Same life. Same as yours.
Mirrored.
Sure.
Same chick situation too.
No doubt.
I went out, single man, no money, and driving a beat-up Nissan pickup truck with a lumber rack on top of it.
I'm doing all right. That's fine. But you know what? I have less game than Atari right now, and I that is a definite fact.
That is all going to
Sorry.
change in about 9 days, my brother.
Oh, thanks.
Shannon?
Thank you.
Yeah?
Hey, Shannon.
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I've been kind of bisexual, sort of, you know?
This is it's a betting opportunity here.
Okay. Shannon?
Kind of like bisexual.
You got that little girl voice, so we're going to bet on you, okay?
Why?
Because...
I'm not a little girl voice.
Oh,
now we're really gambling on you, all right?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so hold on a second, because we have to take a break.
Okay.
All right, baby? Ryan
it.
Reynolds is our guest tonight.
Yeah.
Van Wilder's name of the movie. And when we come back, we'll do some old-fashioned LoveLine gambling on Shannon.
Looking forward.
LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191. Back in a minute.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew.
I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds is our guest tonight. Ryan is, well, you probably know him best from Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place all those years. And
Sure.
Now you know him from all the commercials for Van Wilder. New National Lampoon movie, which is coming out on the 5th.
Which you really must see.
Really?
I think you'd enjoy it.
I think people will enjoy it. What was the budget on that movie? Do you know?
I don't know, but there were many zeros. They're expensive to make these, young buck comedies.
Where'd you film it?
We're going to jail for the things we do in this movie, by the way. So, go on an empty stomach.
Where'd you film that? In Canada?
No, Los Angeles. None
really?
of that runaway production for us.
Where at in Los Angeles?
We shot that at UCLA, campus UCLA, and then a studio.
Oh, they let you do that,
in East
huh?
Hollywood, yeah.
All right. We have our dollars out. Drew, you got your dollar out?
I guess right here.
Van, you get your dollar out?
Yeah.
Explain to Ryan how it works.
Well, here's how it is. We bet on people's past, not their present. Meaning we're not trying to figure out what Shannon is up to now. We're trying to figure out what led her into what is up with her
What
now.
created that voice of hers, for instance?
The sort of it's like voice?
No, the little...
Or the baby voice?
The
baby voice.
Like, he was really sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shannon?
I
Shannon?
do not have a baby voice.
All right.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, there's no Ryan Reynolds is on there.
What about him?
I didn't know he was on.
Hi, Shannon. Yes, I am.
Yeah, he's hot.
Why, that's
Oh,
nice of you,
he's
Shannon.
I love you.
Oh.
Hold on.
Wow, this is going to affect my bet.
That's what she's trying to do, is trying to soften you up.
Don't soften me up,
Okay.
Shannon.
All right, now your question was paid to make out with a girl. You liked it.
Yeah.
You liked it, and now you want to tell your parents you're bi, right?
No, I don't want to, but I feel like obligated.
You feel obligated.
Obligated
All right,
to tell your parents you're bi.
because you made out with a girl and liked it after
That's,
someone paid you.
okay.
All right, you ready to roll here? Drew, you go first.
All right. Kind of a-hole dad in some way. No, but I can take it back. Mom is a little bit sort of intrusive, but the real problem was sort of a sexually abusive babysitter. How about
Interesting. Female or male?
Female. How about that?
Female sexually
How about
abusive
that?
babysitter.
Little twist.
Okay.
Really?
I'm gonna go with the payback to dad. I'm gonna go with mom and dad together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're going with that too? Because
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a
Yeah, yeah.
stretch this day and age. Could be if mom and dad aren't still together. Stepdad showed up early and is the dad. Workaholic, prick, and a little payback, a little hatred for dad.
Wow.
And I'm gonna go with a little sexual abuse
From with that voice, you got to go sexual abuse. You got
I know. I go with sexual abuse, but who did it? Older stepbrother? No, outside of the family. A teenage boy when she was 5, 6 years old.
Okay, good. Like
That
a
good enough?
cousin or something. Or
Something like
yeah,
that.
good
Could
one.
be something like that.
I was going with
Shannon?
cousin.
Alright.
I was going with cousin.
Now
I
you may. I'm saying I don't want to coach you, but you may want to go with something straight because she may not admit to something.
Firstly, I think she's reading Penthouse Forum for us live on the air. I'd like to double down on Drew's bet, because he is the trained
No. I'm
fella here.
just guessing here.
Although
I'm
actually gonna go against the grain anyway and just say that she's just straight up. This is literally just she's a short story she's acting out for us. I think that's about it.
No wholesale abuse.
Yeah, there's no wholesale. I actually will be willing to bet though she's from a very strict family, like there's an element of conservative.
Right.
All right, Shannon.
Yeah?
All right, let's.
You're so off. It's horrible.
Oh, it is.
Okay, I was never
But I wasn't, was I,
abused.
Shannon?
I was never abused.
All right.
And my dad's a little bit strict. My mom is not at all. And I was like a street punk
Okay.
Street
when I was
punk.
younger.
Now, how did that happen?
Like, I ran away a lot.
Okay. Now, no one ever hit you in the home? No one ever struck you?
Well, I had like a stepdad that was kind of an asshole or a butthole.
Oh, what did he do to you?
bourbon?
A-hole.
I'm sorry.
What did he do to you?
Well, he didn't really do anything to me because he liked me, but he did a lot to my sister and my dog
Your dog?
and my mom.
Well, the dog had it coming, but What do you do to your sister, your mom, and your dog?
He used to like hurt them a lot, like kick them in the head, and like he kidnapped my mom, and he went to jail for like 7 years for it.
For
He just got out.
kidnapping the dog or your mom?
Mom.
My mom.
Your mom. And where's your real dad?
He's around. I go like back and forth between my parents, mostly my dad.
And why did he leave?
Where did my dad leave?
Why did your dad leave your mom?
Because my mom when they were married, my mom got pregnant with another guy's baby.
When they were married?
Because both my parents are like really light-skinned and like Swedish and stuff, and my little sister is like Italian-looking, so he could tell that it wasn't.
Wow.
Who was the alcoholic here? Which of them?
No alcoholics.
Had to be some drinking going on.
Somebody.
All this behavior, please.
None.
All right, now and then when you were out, how old were you when you hit the street of the punk?
I was a punk in like 2nd grade.
2nd grade, so you were 7.
2nd grade.
And when you hit the street at 7, no one ever did.
No, I didn't hit the street at 7. At like 11.
All right, you hit the street at 11.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tatum O'Neal.
No one ever did anything sexual to you when you were 10, 11?
Well, when I didn't like start doing stuff till I was like 13. Like,
But no one ever tried anything with you before? then?
yeah, of course they tried stuff. But,
Okay, how old were you when all that business first started?
Like, what do you mean on business?
When people started trying to do things to you, how old were you when they started?
Like 12.
12. That was the first time anybody tried to sexually sort of touch you or anything?
Oh, no, but I don't really remember the other times. They weren't like a big thing.
Well, who was the first time, would you say?
Oh, my sister's friends.
Your sister's friend.
Her guy friends used to.
How old were you when that all went down?
I don't know, like 10.
9, 10. Yeah.
True. Make a great trial attorney.
I know. I was saying leading the
Whittling
witness.
down.
I was
Yeah,
going
but I'm
to
leading the witness because there's no doubt in my mind what's going on here. And am I not right?
No,
This is like an episode of Leave It to Beaver.
listen.
I'm sorry.
This started with her saying we're both way off to what sounding like being raised in a Cuisinart.
Yeah.
I mean,
in fact, with us being exactly right on.
no, not. I don't know exactly, but the point is you would be better off if what we said happened rather than what actually happened with the running away and the abusive, stepdad who did time for
Kidnapping
terrorizing
and
the family and kidnapping mom and your sister's friends coming on to you at 10 years old and
Physical abuse. And listen, this
I
is
mean,
what we were
this is a
hearing in your
mess,
voice,
baby.
Shannon. This is what we heard. We could hear that there was an extreme arrest in your development from all this trauma. You're a trauma survivor.
Oh,
That's
my
what
development isn't suffering. I'm developed.
yeah, you have breasts, but your mind is not as far along as your rack.
Really?
Which is true with most women. But Shannon, baby, listen, we got to wrap it up.
This bisexuality is all about not knowing what you are, who you are, and the desire to tell your parents is a desire to create more chaos and to get back at them in an aggressive way. If you want to do something to help yourself, get some help with all this. You really got to figure.
Should I tell them?
Don't tell them anything.
Because
Tell them
I just got expelled from school. Okay.
Tell them you'd like to get some therapy.
You want to get help.
They want to like know all the stuff about me because they haven't like taken the time.
All right, well then you get a therapist, a family therapist, and you sit down in a safe environment with a professional that can observe this process, and you let them have it. That's fine.
And listen, parents who screw over their kids in a huge way, you get exactly what you deserve. You get a screwed up handful of a kid. You want that heterosexual kid who's going to have grandkids for you and get a nice job working with computers. You don't get an ounce of that. You get a screwed up pain in the ass who's acting out their whole life, who's in and out of, rehab, who's getting into crazy abusive relationships. And you know what? As sorry as I am for the kids, you deserve every goddamn ounce of that as a parent. And I hope you have to suffer with this the rest of your life, you horrible, horrible parents. Okay, we're right back to Ryan Reynolds after this.
All right.
Okay, so I know there's nothing wrong with me. So what's up?
So I was like you, and I used to think that these datelines were totally cheesy.
Why can't I meet anybody?
But I tried everything else and thought, what the hell? So I called the Dateline and actually met a cool guy.
I called the Dateline and I hooked up with some cool people.
Believe it or not, other normal people are out there looking too.
877-889-DATE.
1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
right there, folks. That's the end of the show. I want to thank Ryan Reynolds for coming in here.
Thank you.
And just being it really the success could not happen to a nicer guy.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Again, don't get up.
Ryan is a great guy and a talent, and we encourage everyone who's listening to go out and see Van Wilder, the new National Lampoon movie, which is coming out 1 week from this Friday. So
You will not be disappointed. Check it out.
Mazel tov is what I have to say.
Well, cheers. Thank you very much.
Cheers. As a man who's mistaken as a Jew every once in a while.
Oh, nice.
So, well, actually,
Well, it is Passover.
when I was driving the mini pickup truck and living with the stripper, there was no allegations of Judaism there. Now that I'm in comedy and I drive the BMW, now I'm a Jew.
Yeah.
All right. So until next time, this is Adam Crawford, Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Just like, it's not like I sleep with them. Just like if I suck their dicks, they're real small.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Ingle. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.